It is now time for the first of what has become a double main event, as a grudge match that has been many years in the making came to a head in September. And due to the outcome and the way that match ended, it has necessitated this cage match for a rematch between a two-time champ and a three-time champ. And the two-time champ looking to regain what he thinks is rightfully his. Former champ Kenny K.
The challenger from Nuremberg, Germany, weighing in at 80 kilos. He is the last spine bender. He is the Kenny K.
Kenny K held the title from March through September. Won the championship in the ladder match against Midas Freed, his second trip of the belt, and then he lost it under nefarious circumstances at the last show in September, when the new Faces of Death came out and helped Daniel Torch take the PPW Cruiserweight Championship. And so, considering what happened in that match, things even and to keep the Faces of Death from interfering, a rematch was signed,
and his
and
opponent
it will take place within the confines of the steel cage here at the 10th anniversary show. As the new champion, kind of an old new champion, new old champion, whatever you want to call it, has the gold around his shoulder.
making his way to the ring from Modesto, California, weighing in at 165 pounds. He is the current, reigning, and defending PPW Cruiserweight Champion. He is Daniel Torch!
Many times over the 10 years PPW's been around. He's been around for almost all 10. Again, we've seen him as kind of one of the stalwarts of the Cruiserweight division when that was officially created, when the championship belt came into play in 2018. And you can see Torch, who just kind of chucked the belt into the ring, kind of defiantly, now just toying with it in front of Kenny K, trying to get a rise out of the challenger. Now, far be it for me to be in the mind of either competitor. I've never been in a cage match. I've been a part of every single one in the 10 years that PPW has had over the years, and I will say this. We saw it with Boyce the Grand and the Bad Boys when he was trying to defeat JR Kratos. If you have backup, you find a way. And if you're Kenny K, you have to know that Daniel Torch, even though they are in the confines of a cage, they are going to do anything they can to keep the belt in his hands. See Kenny saying, you see, we're in here now. You're not going to have your friends with you. You're in here with me. You have no chance. And Torch kind of smiles and then hits a cheap shot. But Kenny fires back. Now they're trading rights in the middle of the cage. This is a no escape rules match. It doesn't have to be a pinfall, submission, or surrender. If you escape the cage, it does not matter. But Kenny K is starting off hot against the champ, and he's going to send him into the cage, but it's blocked by Torch. Torch sending him in and blocked by Kenny, and he returns a shot. You have to see what either man is going to try and do. And Kenny K, ever the daredevil, do not be surprised if he tries to use the cage to amplify his high-impact offense. Whereas Torch, and looking there, first backbreaker of the match from Kenny. But Torch, KG, Guile, cover there, 1 count. There we said the pinfall rules here. Pinfall, submission, or surrender. That, while Torch does have some high-impact moves of his own, he's not as big a risk taker as Kenny is. And so he's going to have to figure out a different way perhaps to use the cage to his advantage. And like I said earlier, this has been designed to keep both men in the cage. But as I said, do not be surprised if Daniel Torch has an idea to try and keep the Faces of Death kind of in the mix somehow. And you can tell right away Torch is not going to allow Kenny K to get up in the air and use some of that high impact offense. In fact, he's just going to slug away on the knee of the challenger. You might not like Torch, but he knows what he's doing when he steps inside the ropes. For a guy only 165 pounds, he knows how to bring the impact. He knows how to oh, that right there. He kicks the cage while the leg is trapped, and the rebound from that kind of snaps across the knee. That's how you tear an ACL. Now remember that Kenny K had ankle issues back in 2023. He missed a lot of time. And he did come back. As you can see, the title there, waiting for the winner. And he did come back, and he looked like the Kenny of old. Didn't look like he lost a step. In fact, he looked like he was taking more of a risk, especially with those ladder matches and the other matches he had with Midas Creed. But right now, Daniel Torch is not allowing Kenny K to stand his ground. And now he's just trapping the foot. He trapped the toe of his boot into one of those rings of steel and just stomped away at it. And you can see Torch kind of measuring, and that was a knee lift right to the forehead. Kind of woke Kenny up. And now he's trying to battle back. Whips him in, but Torch rolls out and into the corner. Oh, Kenny K follows with a boot. But you have to wonder with that left leg. How long is he going to be able to kind of keep up some of this offense? And he slams Torch into the cage. Cage blocked by Torch. He gets a back elbow. Oh, and he sends Kenny into the cage. Kenny probably looked like a leaping forearm shot. But Torch took the momentum, and he slung Kenny right into the cage. And you can see Torch kicking the cage, saying there's not much give there. As Kenny went shoulder first. That left side of his body hit hard. And he just took the sunglasses from Kenny. And now Torch, with those elbows, overhead elbows, onto the top of the skull of Kenny K. And now bringing him to the top rope. Both men peering over the top of the cage. A dangerous spot for either man. And now they both climb on top. Torch kind of cleans off the sunglasses, and now they're trading shots. And now Torch being sent back in. Landing on the top rope, both men battling. It's kind of hard to keep track of what's going on here. Blocked shot by Kenny. We'll see if that knee can hold up. You can see he's trying to find his balance. Neck breaker from the top rope to the middle of the ring. Kenny rolling over. And I thought he might be looking for, yes he is. He is going to look for a cover. Lateral press, but only 2. The way that he was rolling over, as he retrieved his sunglasses, the way he was rolling over, I wasn't sure if he was going to try and maybe do something of a follow-up piece of offense, but instead he just went for the cover, and I think that lapse in time cost his opportunity to get the 3 count. Torch, what Torch, that's a stapler. Did he hide that in the belt somewhere? Torch has a staple gun. He's trying to staple Kenny K in the gut. Swinging shot now to the forehead, but Kenny's trying to stop him from doing it. What is Daniel Torch thinking with a staple gun? Kenny K swipes it down. Rolls Torch out. Mule kick by Torch. Pele kick. And now Torch trying to find his way to his feet. Kenny K though. Does he have the staple gun? Yeah, he's trying to make a move. Big knee shot to the stomach. And now into the steel cage goes Kenny. Now Torch smashing that boot into the side of the head, pushing Kenny K up against the steel. Now just slamming him into it. Now a couple of shots pushing Kenny. And Kenny, he looks like he's bleeding from the mouth now. All those shots from Torch busting open the challenger in the mouth. And now Torch, he has that, he did have the staple gun in hand. He was thinking about it, but now he's just laying in shots again after blooding up the challenger in the mouth. Now he's going to roll into the cover. The 2 with the hook of the leg, and he almost got him. And you can tell Kenny K is disoriented right now. And now Torch, he has the staple gun, and he's stapling him in the side. He's trying to, he looks like he's trying to staple Kenny's shirt to his stomach. And he is. He's stapling him right in the back of the shirt. He's trying to staple the shirt of Kenny K into his body. He's trying to get him to give up with this. Staple after staple into the challenger. And now he's got the rear body scissors in the area where he was stapling him. And now Kenny K, who was disoriented from being bloodied up against the cage, now is certainly quite in harm's way as he's trying to find his way out. Twisting at the ankle. Look at that, bending the boot, bending the foot of Torch into the mat. Getting his way loose, but he can barely get to the ropes. And he slams Torch up and over. Whipping in, somersault kick, smashing Torch against the fence. And now he's calling for Das Boot. Looking to go into the cage, and he does! The champion's face meets steel. Mere minutes after he bloodied the challenger's mouth, doing the same. Trying to regain the championship, but only 2. What madness in this match. Torch sending Kenny into the corner. And he's got that lariat. Now he normally likes to follow it up by going to the top. But he kind of slammed himself into the cage when he did it. Looking for the close, and he got it. And he got all of it. He hit it high right under the chin. And that was right where he got bloodied up. And that was a targeted shot by the champion. And look at this, I mentioned it earlier. Here come the Faces of Death, and they have a present for the champ. It was a table that Kenny K went through, courtesy of the Faces of Death, that allowed Torch, who leaps back into a cutter, that allowed Torch, after Kenny got sent through the table, to win the belt. He's going to try and win it without the table here. He hooks the leg, but Kenny kicks out. We've seen the cage used as a weapon and has bloodied up Kenny K. We've seen a staple gun used on the challenger. And now the champion trying to use a table. You can see Kenny climbing up Torch from behind, and he got the backstabber off the top. Sacrificing his own back on impact to get the recoil into Torch's to try and regain his title. He hooks the leg, he has the arm down, but it's still not enough. The guts of the champion to kick out, and the look on Kenny K's face. And if you're Kenny K, having seen what the Faces of Death are doing, I think he feels he has to end this quick. Now that isn't just a table that has no legs, so that, like, it's being used up against the corner, can be used for an impact like it did for Kenny K, or it can be used as like a swinging weapon, it can be used as a platform. And Kenny K now is going to try and suplex the champion into that table shard. That tabletop in the corner. Torch lands out, big uppercut, sending Kenny towards the tabletop. There's a boot. Now Torch kicks the table, back elbow by the challenger. Butterfly backbreaker. And yes, here's Kenny K using it, it looks like as a platform. He's bracing it in the corner. It also could be used as kind of a weapon. That's at head and neck level. What is Kenny thinking? You can see Torch. I think he might have been trying to put him on that table. Torch now thinking the same thing. Or sending him through it. Oh, slammed into it. Now Kenny's going to try and lift him up there. And he does. A precarious position. Only the ropes holding that up with the turnbuckle. And now Kenny going to the outside. He is on the table. He's now made it to the turnbuckle post. What does he have in mind here? He's looking to the top. Kenny K wants his belt. He's going to do anything he can to regain it. To the top he goes. The Phoenix crowd watching to see what the challenger does. Senton! To regain the title belt! He's done it!
And your winner, and new PPW Cruiserweight Champion, the Kenny K!
For the third time, Kenny Torch brought in the belt, a staple gun, and then a tabletop. Thanks to the Faces of Death, Kenny K figures out a way to put that all behind him and has regained the big orange belt. And the first match of our double main event has seen quite the ending, as Daniel Torch has seen a short title reign go up in flames. The backfire of the evening, with the table being used against him. All the credit in the world to the last spine bender for not only surviving the dastardly ways that Torch was trying to win that match, find a way to turn it against him and regain the championship. And the crowd here at the Phoenix Theater, Kenny K going out to celebrate with them. A big win for the challenger for the second time in his many anniversary shows. Winning the PPW Cruiserweight Championship. Daniel Torch